Okay, good afternoon, partners. A big hello to everyone. And for those who do not know me, my name is Eugene Suse, and I manage the channels for Zimbra in Asia Pacific. Firstly, I would like to welcome everyone and thank you for attending this webinar. Right, so partners represents an integral part of our business. We are a two-tier software distribution model, and our go-to-market is 100% through partners. So we never transact directly with your customers. So this business model is not going to change, and we have and we will continue to work closely with partners like you. With that being said, I would also like to thank you for your support and for keeping Zimbra growing throughout these years. During this time, when most countries in Asia are facing a temporary lockdown where businesses, government agencies are all required to work from home, so we feel that a good way to reach your customers and prospects is through their participation in online webinars. Therefore, if any of you are interested to do a joint co-host webinar of Zimbra to your customers and prospects, do reach out to me or any of our Zimbra staff. So Circle launched Zimbra 9 a couple of weeks ago, slightly less than a month ago. So it introduces a new modern responsive UI, which is easy to learn and adopt, and users can access their unified Zimbra account from any device at any time and from anywhere. It also has a new, it also has out-of-the-box integrations with third-party collaboration tools like Slack, Dropbox, and Zoom. For example, if you need to do a video call using Zoom, you can actually schedule and launch it through the Zimbra 9 interface. However, if you need to do a video call with a couple of people, like your colleagues, for example, you can do so with Zimbra Connect. Now, you will see this later, and you will also see me in a live demo of Zimbra Connect. Zimbra 9, like all previous versions, is open core, which is our key differentiator where many of our customers appreciate our source code being open and made available. It is built on Zimbra's server infrastructure for the security, privacy, and data sovereignty that our customers have come to expect. These are some points that Mata, our senior sales engineer, who most of you know, will be discussing. Before I hand over to Piyush, I would like to let you know that this webinar is being recorded and it will be made available to all attendees. Now, if you have any questions, please type them in your Q&A box on the right side of the screen, and we will address them as we go along throughout this webinar. Now over to Piyush, who will take you through the new features of Zimbra 9, and this will be followed by a live demo of Zimbra Drive, Zimbra Docs, Zimbra Chat, and even Zimbra Connect. So over to Piyush.
Thank you, Eugene. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining in for our webinar today. Serene, can you just confirm if you are able to view my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. So welcome once again. Through this webinar today, I will talk you through the new features of Zimbra, and then also post this slides, we will go through a small demo about how does the new UI looks like and a couple of new integrations that we have done. So as always, just please feel free to put in your questions in the Q&A box, and we'll respond to them as we proceed. So what's new in Zimbra 9? Zimbra 9 has a modern responsive UI, which means you are able to get a seamless end user experience, a new rich web UI for your browser interface. You've got great new third-party extensions, a lot of integrations that are out of the box available from the product. A new Zimlet framework, which ensures that you are able to develop your own Zimlets, create your own integrations with your own business applications. So that makes things more easier, more integrated, more seamless to work for your end users and customers. Zimbra, as always, provides you the freedom of choice, whether it is you want to deploy it in your own data center, in a cloud, accessing it from a SaaS model from a service provider data center, wherever. So It provides you a choice of deployment, and as always, it is secure, it is private, and we do support open source, and we provide your, it helps you. We provide you the source code of the product, which means you will kind of review the code of the product. Last but not the least, but we also provide you the choice of the UI, which means if the end user wants to keep on using the legacy UI because they're fond of it, they are used to that UI, you are allowed to do that. You can switch between the two new UI and the classic one, which makes sure that your user experience really does not, they don't come back to you with basic questions. So yeah, so this is how the new modern responsive UI looks like. So whether you are accessing it from the laptop or a tablet or a mobile device, the end user interface looks exactly the same. The features are exactly the same. So your features do not drop whether you are coming from any of these form factors, whether it is a mobile device or a laptop or a desktop. And this is modern responsive UI, which means it will change the length and breadth of a client as per the form factor that you are accessing it from. Third-party integrations. So Zimbra 9 has some of the native integrations that we have done, and these are just not all. We are and will be coming up with more and more integrations as we go ahead. The ones that are available as of now are Slack, Zoom, Dropbox, Google Drives. So, which also makes sure that if you have done an investment on any of these business applications, you are allowed to, or you are free to kind of use them. You are allowed to integrate those business applications into Zimbra and have a seamless experience. So, for example, if you want to start a Slack chat with a peer from within the web client, you don't have to explicitly go and open the Slack desktop client, or you don't have to start a Slack chat in the browser client. You just have to click on the user in the email, and then you can start chatting. You can also view his awareness, presence awareness, whether the user is available away, offline from within the web client. So his presence awareness is available in the web client as well for Slack. Similarly, for Dropbox, you are allowed to send files as an attachment. You can send a file as a link to the Dropbox link, and so on and so forth. So the idea is that we are able to integrate with other business apps. The idea is to make sure that your investments on other business apps are safe, and you give the end user and your end customer a seamless experience across any of these platforms. Uh, Deploying Zimlets is as easy as always, though we still have a new framework for developing a Zimlet, but the deployment of Zimlet from a server side still remains as easy. So you just go to the admin client, browse for the Zimlet, and just kind of deploy it. The screen that you see on the right hand side of this on the slide. For the end user, the left-hand side pane shows you the Zimlets that are enabled for you or that are available for you. So the end user will have a choice to choose those Zimlets and configure them. For example, you want to integrate it via Zoom or a Slack. You need to provide the Slack workspace URL and the credentials and all of that. So while we do that, while we go into our demo, we'll be able to see how does this work, right? So the idea here is that the integration works very seamlessly. The end user has experience of choosing which uh, Zimlet he wants to use and how can he configure it. Data privacy, data security, and sovereignty. These have always been our keywords and the way that we work. So we respect the data. We respect the data of the end customer. So we respect the privacy of the end customer. So we are not creating any intelligence around the data. We are not creating any intelligence around the emails of the end customer. So the data is private. It is under full control of the end customer. Zimbra, as always, has been a secure platform because we do support a lot of security features like two-factor authentication or remote wipe or S9 or similar things, right? Data sovereignty. So we allow the end customer to choose where they want to deploy, whether they want to deploy it in their own data center, whether they want to deploy it in a cloud, whether they want to access the email as a SaaS from a service provider, which is in country and governed by the laws of that geography. So whether it is up to the end customer to choose where they want to access their emails from. So the data security, privacy, and openness of Zimbra has always been our core and will continue to be. The end user, as I said earlier, has a choice of switching between the classic and the new UI. So just on the right hand side of your web client, uh, in the settings tab where you get you get another option of switching between the classic and the modern UI. So if you're on the classic one, you just go on the top right and then say switch to modern UI. And if you're on the modern one, you can go back and switch to the classic one. So the idea is that if the user is really comfortable with the classic one and doesn't want to go through a new experience or doesn't want to experience the new one, or if he wants to use some of the features that are available in the classic UI, they can still use the classic one. But if the end user is really, enthusiastic about experiencing the new UI features of Zimbra 9, they can just switch it back to the Zimbra 9 UI. So yeah, so you have the choice of switching between the UIs. You can completely customize the look and feel and the logos of the web client. So you can put your own logos, your own color schemes. All of that can be customized as always. This has been there in Zimbra for always, and we allow you to do those customizations, whether it is favicons, color schemes, logos, everything. At the same time, you can also put your profile picture. So if you put a profile picture in your profile, the other recipient of your email can actually, or the sender can actually see to whom you are sending the email. So if the other user has also uploaded his profile picture, you can actually see his picture. We'll see this in our demo when we go in our demo section. Yeah, but one always, as always, Zimra has always been offering a lower cost of ownership in the industry. It is just not about uh, a license cost to a license cost. Zimra offers many more features that ensures that you have the lowest cost of ownership for the email platform. So features like HSM, features like native backup tool helps you to reduce the cost on the infrastructure side. So you don't have to buy all flash storage or all tier one storage. You don't have to buy a third party backup software from a backup vendor. All of those features, things like Dumpster, where your administrative job of backing up and restoring mailboxes and mails for an end user reduces your administrative jobs as well. So it offers you a lot of benefits out of the box to ensure that you have the lowest cost of ownership for the email platform in the environment. Zimbra provides you a secure, private, and open platform, which means you are free to choose. You are, the platform. You have got security features. You've got data privacy and sovereignty, where we do not, engage in any kind of data intelligence with any of these vendors. It's easy to scale Zimbra from a very small environment to a very large one. Just keep on adding roles as you grow. So if you want to add another mailbox server, just add one more. If you want to add one more proxy or an MPA server, you can do so without disrupting the actual services, without disrupting the services for the users that are already accessing the email platform. So it scales pretty easy, it scales pretty fast. So and the services are not, uh, you know, affected for the end users. anytime, anywhere access, right? So Zimbra provides you the feature of accessing your emails, calendars, files from any of those platforms, whether it is a mobile device, a tablet, or a laptop, and it is secure. We have native two-factor authentication. We have native, active sync, which allows you to make sure that you are able to even remotely wipe out data from the mobile device if the mobile device is lost. There are features of allow, block, and quarantine, which makes sure that you can define which mobile devices the users can actually sync email from. So you can control the devices that the users are accessing the emails from. So it's uh, secure as well. Choice of deployment, as I said again, the end customer has a choice of deploying it in their own cloud, private cloud. If they have want to deploy it on a public cloud like an Amazon or Azure or a Google one, they can do that. Or if they want to have an environment which is a SaaS-based model, which means they want to use it as a service from a service provider's data center within the country. So they can do so. So it is basically choice of deployment from where the customer wants to use the email platform. And Zimbra has been open code, which means the end customer, a network edition customer, has access to the source code of Zimbra. So, which means if they want to review the source code, if they want to contribute into the source code is available to the end customers for reviewing, contribution, and everything else. So, uh, Zimbra is always committed for providing you the source code of the software. Who are entitled and how do you upgrade to the Zimbra 9? Any customer who is currently under active support, any customer who is active under subscription of Zimra sub license are entitled for a free upgrade, are entitled for Zimra 9. So any customer of yours who is uh, under active support will be allowed to download and upgrade to Zimra 9. Obviously Zimbra 9 you get a lot of new features and also some of a lot of security patches to the product, so we are continuing to improve the product and patching it with the latest vulnerabilities that do come in the world today. It's pretty simple upgrading it to the latest version of Zimbra. We still support the rolling upgrades, which means if you are having a large deployment and want to go step by step, slowly to upgrade to the latest build, you don't have to upgrade the environment at one shot. So you can pick up a couple of servers on day one, uh, keep them running, see the performance, and pick up another set of servers the next day, and so on and so forth. So which makes sure that you can run a legacy version of Zimbra and Zimbra 9 in the same environment till you upgrade all the servers in that environment. So it's pretty simple. You don't have to do a full flash upgrade overnight uh, of the entire environment if you are in a larger deployment of Zimbra. It's pretty actually the same that you were doing till the Zimbra 8 version, so Zimbra 8 days. Now, if you want to upgrade Zimbra to the latest build of Zimbra 9, you can reach out to your local partners, or if you want us, Zimbra Professional Services, to help you with that, please do reach out to us as well, and we can help you with our professional services to upgrade to Zimbra 9. However, for end customers, they can also reach out to the Zimbra partners or the resellers that they are all already working with. Yeah, Zimbra 9 is great. We have some cool extensions and the new UI, and we encourage you to use and upgrade to Zimbra 9. And before we go ahead, I will switch over my screen to the Zimbra 9 UI demo. Serene, can you see my Zimbra 9 UI browser?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. So this is the new Zimbra 9 UI. This is how it looks like. So all of their folders you can do here, inbox, sent items, mails that are read. You can set up your preferences of preview panes right from your settings button here. I can just go here and look for my profile picture. If you see this, this is my profile picture that I've uploaded there uh, in the UI. So I'll just go here and start a small demo of what new features are. So if I'll start with a demo of a Dropbox integration, for example. So if you see this, I am trying to send an email to Eugene, and if I click on his name, I will also be able to see his profile picture. So Eugene has uploaded a profile picture, so I can see his profile picture. So he would have done something like this here. And if I want to send it to Ellen, uh, Ellen doesn't have one, so I couldn't. There's no profile picture for Ellen. And if I come here and if I want to send something and as an attachment from a Dropbox, I've got two options. One option is send a file as a link, which means it will just send a hyperlink to the recipients. So it is just an hyperlink where the recipient will click and my Dropbox would be open. Whereas if I want to send it as a physical file attached in this email, I can click on this folder again and then I say, if you see this attaches the file in my email. So I have got a choice whether I want to send it as just a link through my Dropbox or attach it as a physical file in my email. And if I just send this across, that's it. So message is sent. Similarly, if I go here and see my settings tab or the in the legacy Zimbra classic UI, you had preferences tab, right? So we call it settings now. If I come here, I can define my signatures right here, my out of office, my rules or filters, whatever you want to say there. And this is where you see your Zimlets. So if, for example, I've done a Dropbox integration, I have to, kind of put my credentials here. So for example, if I want to integrate my Google Drive, I just click on activate. It pops up my Google applet. You are asked to put in your credentials right here, and once you do that, it comes as a snippet of what you have done as an integration. So for example, for my Dropbox integration, I have done the same, put my credentials of Dropbox, and I can see the Dropbox integrated here. And similar is for Slack and other integrations as we go ahead and want to do that. So the end user has a choice, has the option of integrating which Zimlet he wants to integrate. So this is a Slack workspace that I have integrated in the web client, and we'll see the demo how this works now. So this is the settings tab. You click here on the settings again, and this is where you can see the switch between the classic UI and the new UI. So if you are not really comfortable with the web view, the new UI, you just click on this, and this will load your classic web UI, the older one. And a similar tab is available on the classic one, which will say new UI, and you are basically on the new UI. So it allows you to switch back and forth between the two UIs. Now, if you see this client, I click on Gautam's email. Gautam, I don't see him available on Slack. So with Slack integrations, I can also see presence awareness of a user within the Slack within my email client. For example, Ellen, if I see her email and if I click here, I am able to see her presence. So Ellen is available on Slack right now, whereas if I went to Gautam's email right here, I could not see his aware. He's also now available on Slack now. Earlier, I think he was not logged in. So if he's not logged in, I will see a blank email or his awareness would not be showcased. So if I want to start a chat with Ellen, there are two ways to do it. I can click start a Slack conversation, or I just click here and say Slack. So when you click on Slack, it opens a browser tab where you will, or it will pop up a tab which will ask you whether you want to, open a Slack on a Slack desktop client, or you want to open your Slack within the browser itself. For this demo, I am opening Slack in the browser. So it's already here. So you don't have to log in. You just have to start. So you will see your buddy list in Slack. And for example, I'm starting chatting with Ellen now. So Ellen does not respond. Let's see. Gautam. Yeah. So Gautam's yo. So from within the web client, I could see the presence of a user in the client. Ellen also responded. So So I could actually start my chat from the web client itself. I could see if a user is available or not from the web client itself. So I don't have to open my thick client and see if the user is available or not. If I don't really have to look for a user if I want to start a chat with a user. So Slack integration is available uh, from the client itself. Sorry. Talking about Drive, so Zimbra Drive is a feature where you can upload folder files, share it with your peers, and collaboratively work on the same file same time. So this is a folder. This is my Drive interface. I have some files that are not shared with anybody. There are files that are personal. There are files that are shared with only one person. So if you click on this, I'll be able to see with all of whom I have shared this file with. Similarly, I've created a folder called APAC Sales, and if you see this, I have shared with so many people. If I want to edit those shares, revoke a share of somebody, I can just come here and add more people. You know, remove somebody if I don't want to. This document or this file that I've shared with any of those ones that I've been already sharing it with. So once I come back here, I open this folder and I've got a couple of files here. So I will open this sales 9 or Z9 sales kit right here in the web client, and Zimbra 9 Zimbra Docs allows you to do a real-time collaboration between the users. So you are allowed to kind of edit documents real time. So if you see this, Serene is typing this file, right? And this is Serene's color is purple, right? Green is Ellen, and you can see those legends right here. So if you see, I have shared this. There are four people, or rather five people who are accessing it right here. So Eugene, Ellen, Serene, myself, and Gautam, right? And all of them have a different color shade, so you know uh, who has edited or who is editing this file right now. And the best part is, even if I close this file right here, it is actually saved. The data is not lost. I will just close it and reopen the file again. So data is not lost. So it's still there. People are still continuing to, edit this file. And I also, if I want to say something here, I just click here. At the same time, I can download this file as Microsoft attachment types. If I want to download it as an Excel or an XLX format or a PDF format, or even if as an open document format, I can do that and save it physically on my laptop or my desktop. So I can do all of that right here. I can upload some of those files on my desktop, or if I want to create a new folder, or if I just create, if I want to work on a Word document. So if I open a Word document called Z9 demo script, so again, this is for now it's only me, and as users, this document has also been shared with all of these users, because the file will inherit folders, sharing. So if a folder has been shared by 10 people, with 10 people, the file will automatically inherit those shares. So if you see this Word document, uh, there are again, so people are editing this document right here. So you can, and again, as always, you can download this or save it right here. Download it as a doc file or a PDF file to save it on your desktop, or it is available for you whenever you want to access it from your drive folder. So right here. So similarly, you can create presentations, documents, spreadsheets, uh, collaboratively share it with people, and multiple people can be working on the same document at the same time. So, so real-time collaboration. Uh, Coming to Zimra Connect. So Zimra Connect has two options. One is a one-to-one chat, which means I can start a chat with my buddy list. If they're not shown here, I can look from the gal here. So if I want to add somebody here, I can look up from here. If I want to start a chat here, a one-to-one chat, let's start with Ellen again. Can you see my chat here? Let's see. So I will wait for Ellen to respond. And if I want Gautam also to say, uh, are you there? So Ellen is writing here, so she can see me here. And so Gautam is also here. So this is a one-to-one chat that I'm doing with my peers. Or if I really want to have 3, 4, 5 people in the chat, in the same chat, I can actually create a space. So if you see, I created a space called APAC Sales, and if I want to see the members of this group or this space, there are 7 people or 7 participants in this group. I can add more people. I can delete this entire space, or if I want to remove a person on this group as an administrator, I can do that. So, but if I want to start a chat here, right? So common discussion about whatever, right? So anyone in this group who is, so Serene is typing something right here. So or she's okay. I can see who is typing now. You Serene typed something, so I can see people who are contributing into this group and kind of doing this. Now, suddenly over a period of time, I realized that I really want to do a video call with these people who are available, and just not text chat would not work. I just click on this video call, and all of us are available. And for this video call, I will actually transfer my screen to Ellen's screen. Uh, yeah, so you see there. So if you see, so there is Ellen here. That's me. There is Eugene and there's Gotham, right? So 4 of us doing a video call. We have muted the Zimbra Connect here because if we have two speakers on, there'll be an echo. So yes, but essentially we can all start a group chat or a group video call while we were discussing in the group. Or if I would just wanted to start a one-to-one video call with any one of these, I could have done that. So it's pretty, and while we are discussing, we have a on the left hand side we still have a a window where we can still do a chatting. So we chat during video. So if you see this, Gautam is typing this, so you can actually see while we are doing a video call, we can still uh, do our chatting and exchange our thoughts on the chat as well. So yeah, so this is pretty much it about Zimra 9 demo, and I would now like to open this for a Q&A session. Uh, Thank you so much, everyone. So we will answer your questions as in the Q&A box that you would have typed. If you have not typed yet, please go ahead and put your questions right there.
Okay, thank you, Piyush. Thank you, Piyush. So I have some questions already in the Q&A box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out some of these questions. Piyush, you do the honors to answer some of them and whatever questions we have. Okay. So the first question I have here is is the size message limited? When I attach from Dropbox a large size, or does it automatically switch to a link if it's too large size for a file?
No, so if the file size is more, I would normally recommend just send it as a hyperlink. The Zimlet does not automatically convert to a link. So that's the reason you have a choice whether you want to upload it as a link or send it as a link, or you want to send it as a file. So
Okay, so it doesn't matter on the size. The choice is up to the user, right?
yes.
Okay. Next question: can I upgrade from 8.8.9 P10 to Zimbra 9, or is there any dependency?
Ideally, yes, you can upgrade from 8.8.9 to 9, but uh, I would recommend upgrade to 8.8.15 first and then go to 9.
Okay. Question: high availability in time waiting and promise feature. We do not see it in Zimbra 9. Could you share this roadmap?
Zimra 9, HA with Zimra, we will have this as a roadmap item, and we will have it in future soon.
Okay. So IT admin is often afraid of managing a Zimbra mail server because it's quite difficult when dealing with spam, being blacklisted, malware. How does Zimbra 9 improve this? Do we have a Zimlet to integrate antivirus service from selected third parties?
Well, antivirus anti-spam has always been a third-party component. The ClamAV spam assistant that is coming inbuilt to the product is good for very, very small deployments, I would say. But if you are a big customer, I would recommend you to have a third-party commercially supported antivirus anti-spam gateway. There are some of the vendors that do have integrations with Zimbra, and we can connect you with them.
Okay, thanks. For Zimbra Drive, can anyone download folder and files from it?
Yeah, you can download files from Zimra 9 on your desktop. Right.
Some .txt or text files could not be opened on Zimbra Drive.
I mean, we have to check that. What is the exact issue for that?
Does Zimbra Drive have a version history?
No, Zimra Drive does not have a version history.
Here's another comment. Some customers ask about two-factor authentications, and Zimbra has this but limited feature. For example, it does not support QR code. We would like to see that Zimbra will keep improving on these features.
Sure. I mean, you can just drop me an email of what you expect from the product. Then we can pass it on to our product team and see give them the feedback from the field.
Next question. What other Zimlet integrations are there in the pipeline? Will these integrations, except for Dropbox, not as popular in some countries like Malaysia for SME customers? That's a question from Malaysia.
So I mean, the Zimlets are pretty open in terms of if you want to do your own Zimlets, if you want to write your own integrations, you can do that. If you want some of those Zimlets to be done by us, do drop us an email. We can obviously talk to our product team and see how can those be done.
Is there a toolbox or API that we can use to integrate localized cloud apps with Zimbra?
Yeah, so Zimlets have all. So as I said, Zimlets is the best framework, and we have a new Zimlet framework, and there is a YouTube video as well about the new framework that you can go through and integrate your own apps or uh, homegrown apps with Zimbra.
Next question. Next generation platform will that be the default features on Zimbra 9, especially on backup?
Yes, I mean the legacy backup has been deprecated, but you still have it, but it's deprecated, which means it is not supported. But yeah, the new backup is the default backup for now.
Next question. How do we invite external parties to join in the Zimbra Connect?
You can invite the external users by sending them an email, and they would get a link to Zimbra Connect.
Next question. What will happen to Zimbra Drive on Nextcloud? Will it still be available on Zimbra 9? Integration with Nextcloud.
Yeah, so we are. So that's again a Zimlet integration that we do plan to have in the roadmap. I think we will have it in this quarter or so.
Okay, here's a question. They are currently testing Zimbra Connect using trial licenses. Could we submit a support case when we encountered issues?
Yeah, you do. You can reach out to me and let me know what are the issues. Zimbra Connect, I would recommend please also deploy the turn server if you're testing it out internally, because that eases out a lot of support issues if you have a local turn server.
Next question. What is the maximum size of attachment allowed? I'm guessing this is on Zimbra Drive.
Zimbra Drive. I mean, that's a configurable parameter. It's not fixed. So it is up to the organization what limit that they want to set.
Okay. What is the timeline for high availability feature?
We don't have a clear timeline now, but we will have it soon. Yeah.
So there's a question on rebrandable marketing content, blogs, mailers, website landing pages. You can see in our partner very soon. Stay tuned. It'll be up there. Can I check user history?
User history, as in?
That's a question. Just I
Can I check user history? I mean, is it if it is related to Zimbra chat logs? Yes, you can enable chat logs in Zimbra. So that will be available for you. And if it is about the Zimbra email, archiving and discovery has always been a part of Zimbra. So if you want to enable archiving and discovery for a user, both are available.
Here's a comment and maybe a recommendation required. Zimbra has been releasing patches very often, even before Zimbra 9. Some patches may break something and a follow-up patch is released shortly after. From an end user perspective, what is recommendation on the frequency to apply these patches?
Well, the best recommendation is that you apply a patch. Before applying a patch, go through the release notes. Only if that release note is affecting some of your features, apply it. Or if that release notes, if the patch is addressing some of the major security vulnerabilities you upgraded. That's the best way of doing it. Uh, Go through the release notes, see if the patch is affecting your issues or not. Otherwise, for you can wait for a release which is affecting your environment, or a major release.
What is the existing built-in anti-spam malware in Zimbra 9?
It's maybe spam SSN as always, but I mean it is not recommended to use the native one for bigger enterprises. It's good for a very small enterprise or an SMB customer. I would recommend using a commercially supported antivirus anti-spam.
So here's a suggestion for Zimbra Professional Edition license to include Zimbra Connect and Exchange Web Services. This would be great attraction for Zimbra Value. Any comment?
Well, that's something the sales has to work on. From a technology perspective, I don't think there is any limitation to it, but it's up to the sales and the kind of offers that you would want to run with your end customers.
Okay. So any more questions, please type in your Q&A box.
Yes, there's more question in the chat panel. So let me get to the chat panel. We have a few questions on the chat panel. How many participants can join the video chat? Is there a maximum number of participants?
Well, there is no defined maximum number of limits, but yes, it is good for up to 4 to 5 people in the same call.
And for CSP partners, the video chat and Zimbra drives are available on which version?
CSP license Zimbra Drive for
Video
CSP.
chat and Zimbra Drive, yeah.
Zimbra Connect has always been an add-on. So Zimbra Connect is not a built-in feature of any of those editions. I need to check if Drive is a part of the CSP edition. We can reach out to you separately to see.
On one question on during Zimbra Activate last year, there was a preview using modern virtualization, Key8 and Rancher to do load balancing on multi-server. Yeah, we are not seeing the server side of improvement on Zimbra 9.
So Zimbra 9, we have the new UI, but the server side is still the legacy Zimbra 8 code. With the new version that we plan to have soon, will be the version that's called Zimbra Cloud, will have the version of what you're talking about.
Is there any improvement related to downtime when upgrading the server?
I would recommend that you reach out to your, you reach out to us and we will help you, design a path so that it ensures that you have the least downtime during upgrades. As always, Zimbra supports a rolling upgrade, so which means, as I said, you can plan your upgrades phase-wise.
One more question. What is the maximum capacity user can store in Zimbra Drive?
It's a configurable parameter. It's up to the admin to define that.
This is probably a comment on Zimbra 8X multi-server. It will need many hours to upgrade multiple LDAP and mailbox server, especially for huge mailbox server. For this person asking the question, I would recommend for you to reach out to your channel partner as well as your manager, and they'll be able to assist you. Let's see. Do we have a few more questions? Yes, we do have a few more questions. The documentation for web client is based on 8.8.9. Will there be a new documentation for Z9?
Yeah, it will be. There will be a new documentation.
Right. So I think we have taken up a lot of questions. I think we will call to a stop. If there's any questions, please feel free to email your channel manager, your territory manager, or even Piyush. And for any question that we did not manage to answer today, we will look through and we'll call on you individually to address any of your questions. I'll pass it back to Eugene.
So if there are no more questions, I'd just like to make a few announcements. We're actually running a Zimbra Connect trial, a campaign kind of thing. So if you want to get your customers, prospect to sign up, if you have not done so already, please let us know. Also, leverage on our partner portal to download all our sales and marketing collateral to do your digital sales and marketing campaign, because use them to keep engaging your customers and prospect. And if you need access to our partner portal, please let me know, send me an email, or just let any one of our Zimbra staff know. And also, I mentioned earlier, if you want to do a joint co-host webinar for your customers, please feel free to reach out to me or any of our Zimbra staff. And we have already done this recently with several partners with very favorable results, and we are very available to do so with you guys. So with that, thank you everyone and stay safe.